If you clicked on this video, there's probably a part of you that feels stuck, confused, like everybody else has a map except for you. But what if the problem isn't you? What if it's just the path you're trying to take to get out of this place? Because when we keep trying to force our way out of feeling stuck, you burn out. And the worst part, we start to believe that there is something wrong with us. I believe that for a long time, until I realized that there are 3 simple shifts that you can make at any time to get unstuck from any situation. In the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you exactly how to apply those shifts in your life starting today. Okay, tell me if this sounds familiar. You try to start a very simple task, but it feels impossible to focus. Everything distracts you. Everything irritates you. You have so many ideas, but you can't seem to start any of them. And then that little voice in your head, it starts to whisper, am I self-sabotaging? Oh, I'm so lazy. Why can't I just take things seriously? But what if none of that is actually true? What if what's really going on, it's exhaustion? And worse, what if you're not even letting yourself admit that? You're not lazy, girl. Most of the time, you're just tired. We live in such a constant state of hustle that exhaustion has become the norm. We expect too much from ourselves. Society expects too much from us. And when our bodies start sending signals, we ignore them because we were taught to keep going even when we are past our limit, as if resting meant we failed. But here's what happens when you live in that constant state of burnout, pretending that everything is fine for way too long. You start feeling lost, disconnected, foggy, because trying to find the right direction when you are burnt out is like trying to read a map in the dark. And that's where the first shift comes in. Shift pace. Shifting your pace means letting go of the pressure to keep up with a rhythm that no longer makes sense, that is no longer sustainable. It means honoring your body's timing. It means realizing that maybe you're not lost. You're just running on empty. Feeling stuck isn't always about focus. Sometimes it's about not having enough energy. So before you go searching for the next big answer out there, ask yourself, am I just tired? Because sometimes the first step to finding yourself again is to slow down, to rest, to breathe. Well, what if slowing down is still not enough? What if the reason you feel lost is because you have been trying to find yourself by walking the wrong road? Now that you've slowed down a bit, let me ask you something. Are you trying to find yourself while staying in the exact same place? Like the same couch, watching the same show, staring at the exact same walls that watch you cry at least 3 times this week, and when you do leave the house, you go to the gym and listen to the same playlist and do the same workout routine you have been doing for the past year. Spoiler alert, the trainers at the gym, they have noticed that you haven't changed your workout routine. They just don't say anything. Maybe your mind isn't stuck. Maybe it's just bored, running in the same loop like a little mental hamster wheel. So even if you're trying to think differently, your thoughts, they keep circling back. Because although you're trying to shift things inside, everything outside is exactly the same. That's where the shift in position comes in. Before you try to change your whole life, maybe just try to change the scenery, change where you are to unlock how you feel. You know that clarity that seems to never show up? It might be waiting for you in a different corner of your house, or in the backyard that you never go to, or that cute coffee shop that you always drive past but never go inside, or on a walk with no headphones, just the sound of the trees and the sidewalk. Same environment, most likely will result in the same thoughts. You don't have to run away from your life or hop on a plane to Paris unless you can hop on a plane to Paris, because if you can, darling, please, sweetie, go and say hello to the Eiffel Tower for me, eat macaroons, and have the time of your life. But maybe what you really need is to change your position inside the life you already have. Literally. If you're feeling lost, maybe it's not because everything needs to change. Maybe you're just so used to being stuck in one specific setting that you forgot that there are many other settings where your story can unfold. But what if even that doesn't get things moving again? Don't worry, dear listener, I'm not giving up on you. Because if that still doesn't work, maybe what you need isn't a new place, but a new way of seeing the place you are already in. Sometimes it's not the world that needs to change, it's the way that we are looking at it. By now, you've slowed down, you've changed your surroundings, but maybe you still feel stuck. Like nothing's really clicking yet, right? If this is where you are right now, what's holding you back might not be your pace. It might not be your environment either. It might be your perspective. A shift in perspective is when everything around you stayed the same, but something inside of you is start seeing this everything differently. Because depending on your emotional state, the same situation can feel completely differently. A no can feel like rejection instead of, I'm just not ready for this. A mistake can feel like proof that you're not good enough instead of, oh, I need to learn more about this. And a pause can feel like failure. But what if the thing that you're calling failure is actually just part of the process? There's a story someone told me once, and I will never forget it. It's about a seed. A farmer puts a lot of love and a lot of care in finding and picking this very special seed. He goes to his garden, digs a small hole, plants the seed, gently covers up, and walks away. And there, in the dark, the seed starts to panic. Alone, he starts to wonder, why did he leave me here? Did he forget that I exist? Does he even care about me? Days go by. It rains, it gets cold, it gets hot, and all the seed can see is darkness. But what the seed doesn't know is that above the surface, the farmer is still caring, watering, nourishing, protecting. And then one day that seed blossoms out of the dirt. And that's when he finally understands it was never abandoned. It was being transformed at the right time, at the right pace, with roots before flowers. Maybe today you are in that dark space too, the place where nothing makes sense yet. But what if this isn't the end? What if this is just the soil where your next version is being formed? You are not behind. You are becoming. If you want to start changing the way you're seeing things, here are 2 questions that always help me, and I hope they can help you too. Is the story I'm telling myself actually true, or is this just fear talking? If I looked at this with compassion and grace, what would I see differently? Sometimes that's all it takes. Better questions to see the same life through new eyes. Shifting your perspective doesn't mean pretending that everything is fine. It's not about putting a fake smile and brushing things aside. It's emotional courage. It's choosing to look again with more context, more compassion, more truth, more grace, more wisdom. So, if you still don't know exactly what to do next, that's okay. Confusion can also be a sign that you're thinking differently, that you are in transition, that something inside of you is shifting. And now there's only one more thing left to complete the cycle. Go ahead and put one of those shifts into practice, even if it's just a tiny step. Rest, change your environment, or rewrite the way you're telling the story to yourself. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be yours. And start today. And if this video gave you even a little bit of clarity on your next step and where to begin, please let me know in the comments. Which one of those 3 shifts did you need the most today? A shift in pace, a shift in position, or a shift in perspective? And if someone came to mind while you were watching this, that wasn't random. Send this video to them, because sometimes all we need is a friend to say, hey, you're not alone. Let's walk in this together. I am so proud of you for taking one more step toward creating a life that you love. We're building this together, one step at a time. I see you so soon. Ciao, ciao.